You've probably had days where you spent 8 hours working constantly, jumping on calls, writing emails, and keeping 5 different projects all moving at once. You feel like you were busy all day, but when you finally step away, you're left with this frustrating feeling that you did not finish anything meaningful. We tend to look at multitasking as a sign of efficiency, like we're mastering the task of handling life all at once. In reality, your focus is paying a massive tax every time you switch your attention from one task to another. Today, we are breaking down why doing everything at once leaves you with nothing done and obviously how to fix it. Here's what is actually happening in your mind. Your brain simply does not have the hardware to juggle between two tasks at the same time. When you think you're multitasking, you aren't actually doing two things at once. You are forcing your mind to rapidly slam the brakes on one thought, drop it, and accelerate towards the other. Think of it like driving in heavy traffic. Stopping and starting every 10 seconds burns far more energy than cruising on a highway. When you bounce between replying to a notification, checking a message, and working on a report, your mind never gets to settle in a deep flow. You end up in a state of constant low grade tension. By the time evening comes, you aren't tired from doing the hard work, you are exhausted from the mental friction of constantly switching gears. To stop scattering your energy, you don't need to isolate yourself or ignore your responsibilities. You just need a simpler approach to your workday, which is anchored focus. Here's how you put it into practice. Set an anchor task first thing. Before you dive into incoming requests or messages, pick the one priority that would make today a success if you got it done. Give that task your undivided attention for the first block of your day. Number two, give your mind a physical boundary. When you're working on your anchor task, put everything else out of sight. If a stray thought or a random task pops up, don't jump to do it immediately. Simply make a note of it on a pad next to you and you tell yourself that you will handle it later. And bring your attention back to what is in front of you. Number three, set dedicated times to catch up. Instead of letting any calls, texts, or emails interrupting your flow, set specific windows or specific hours for those tasks that you will handle accordingly. You need to address all your distractions in those hours that you have decided. It tells you that you're still being responsive but on your own terms rather than being distracted by the notifications. Being busy isn't the same thing as being effective. Splitting your focus across 10 different things might feel productive in the moment, but single minded focus is what actually builds momentum. Give yourself permission to do one thing well before moving on to the next. That wraps up our 5-part series. Comment your single biggest takeaway that you're putting into practice. Hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.